Can a single bullet alter the course of history? This question has echoed through the annals of time, resonating with the weight of its implications. On November 22, 1963, the world watched in disbelief as President John F. Kennedy was fatally shot in Dallas. The vibrant city, known for its bustling streets and southern charm, became the backdrop for a national tragedy. The young, charismatic leader, a beacon of hope for a generation, was gone. Kennedy's vision for a brighter future, his eloquent speeches, and his unwavering optimism had inspired millions. His death sent shockwaves across the globe, leaving a void in the American spirit and a mystery that continues to haunt us today. People from all walks of life, from different corners of the world, felt the profound loss. The assassination took place as Kennedy's motorcade passed through Dealey Plaza. The plaza, now etched in history, witnessed the abrupt end of an era. Witnesses described hearing 2, maybe 3 gunshots ring out. Chaos erupted. The serene atmosphere of the day was shattered by the sounds of panic and confusion. The president slumped over, mortally wounded. World war. Jackie Kennedy in her iconic pink suit became a symbol of the nation's grief. But in the wake of tragedy, questions lingered. Who was responsible? The Warren Commission was established to investigate, but doubts and suspicions persisted. Was it the act of a lone gunman, or did a deeper conspiracy orchestrate the president's demise? Theories abound, from the involvement of the CIA to the mafia, each adding layers to the enigma. Decades later, the assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most debated events in history. Memorials and documentaries continue to explore the life and legacy of a leader whose promise was cut short. The Warren Commission, tasked with investigating the assassination, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in the tragic event. They presented compelling evidence: the rifle found on the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository, Oswald's fingerprints on the weapon, which were undeniable, and his documented history of instability and anti-American sentiment, which painted a troubling picture. But many found this conclusion difficult to accept, sparking widespread debate. Oswald himself denied any involvement, famously proclaiming, "I'm just a patsy," to the media, before being gunned down by Jack Ruby just days later, adding to the mystery. The evidence, too, seemed to raise more questions than answers, leaving many puzzled. How could a single shooter, firing from an awkward angle, have inflicted the president's fatal wounds? The mystery endures. One of the most enduring theories surrounding JFK's assassination is the presence of a second shooter on the infamous grassy knoll. This theory has captivated the public's imagination for decades, sparking countless debates and investigations. Witnesses claim to have seen a puff of smoke or even a figure with a gun in that area at the time of the shooting. These accounts have been scrutinized and analyzed, adding layers of complexity to the already convoluted narrative. This theory suggests a coordinated attack, a conspiracy that reached far beyond a lone gunman. The idea of multiple shooters working in tandem has led to numerous books, documentaries, and even movies exploring this possibility. The grassy knoll theory has been fueled by inconsistencies in the official story, particularly the trajectory of the magic bullet that supposedly struck both President Kennedy and Governor Connally. Critics argue that the bullet's path defies the laws of physics, pointing to a more complex scenario. Could this bullet have actually come from a different angle, fired from the grassy knoll itself? Experts have conducted numerous tests and simulations to determine the plausibility of this theory, yet the mystery remains unsolved. The possibility, however remote, continues to ignite the imaginations of conspiracy theorists worldwide. Each new piece of evidence or testimony is dissected and debated, keeping the discussion alive. The grassy knoll remains a symbol of unanswered questions and the enduring quest for truth in one of America's most tragic moments. Section 4. Whispers of Conspiracy, the CIA and the Mafia. As doubts about the lone gunman theory grew, so too did suspicions of a larger conspiracy. Some pointed fingers at the CIA, angered by Kennedy's handling of the Bay of Pigs invasion and his perceived weakness towards communism. Others whispered about the Mafia seeking revenge for the Kennedy administration's crackdown on organized crime. Evidence for these theories is circumstantial at best. Connections between Oswald and both the CIA and Mafia figures have been alleged but never definitively proven. Yet the sheer power and reach of these organizations, coupled with their potential motives, make them tempting suspects in the minds of many. Section 5. Cold War Intrigue, a World Divided. The assassination of John F. Kennedy took place against the backdrop of the Cold War. a time of intense global tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. This period was marked by a fierce ideological battle, with both superpowers vying for global dominance. The world was divided into two camps, each armed with nuclear weapons, and the threat of mutual destruction loomed large. Some believe that Kennedy's death was the result of a Cold War plot, orchestrated by the Soviets or their allies. Theories suggest that the Soviet Union, feeling threatened by Kennedy's policies, might have seen his removal as a strategic move to weaken the United States. The KGB, the Soviet Union's secret service, was known for its covert operations and could have been involved in such a high-stakes assassination. Others suggest that rogue elements within the US government, fearing Kennedy's attempts to de-escalate the Cold War, may have been involved. Kennedy's push for peace and his efforts to reduce nuclear arms were seen as a threat by some within the military-industrial complex. These factions might have believed that his removal was necessary to maintain their power and influence. The Cold War provided fertile ground for conspiracy theories. The era was characterized by espionage, propaganda, and a pervasive sense of mistrust. Both the US and the Soviet Union engaged in covert operations, and the public was often left in the dark about the true nature of these activities. The stakes were high, the players shrouded in secrecy. Political decisions were made behind closed doors, and the true motives of those in power were often hidden from view. This atmosphere of secrecy and suspicion fueled numerous conspiracy theories, each more elaborate than the last. While concrete evidence linking the Cold War to Kennedy's assassination remains elusive, the possibility that international intrigue played a role continues to intrigue historians and conspiracy buffs alike. The mystery surrounding his death endures, a testament to the complex and shadowy world of Cold War politics. As new documents are declassified and more information comes to light, the debate over the true nature of Kennedy's assassination is likely to continue for years to come. Section 6. The Search for Truth. A never-ending journey. The assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most debated events in American history. The official explanation, pointing to Lee Harvey Oswald as the lone gunman, has been challenged by countless theories, each offering a different interpretation of the evidence and a different cast of potential conspirators. The search for truth has been hampered by sealed government documents, destroyed evidence, and the deaths of key witnesses under suspicious circumstances. The passage of time has only deepened the mystery, making it unlikely that we will ever know with absolute certainty what transpired in Dallas on that fateful day in November 1963. Section 7. Unanswered questions. The mysteries remain. Was Lee Harvey Oswald a lone gunman driven by madness or a pawn in a larger game? Did the shots come from the grassy knoll? Did the CIA, the Mafia, or even the Soviets play a role in the assassination of John F. Kennedy? These questions continue to linger, unanswered, fueling speculation and debate even today. The assassination of John F. Kennedy was more than just the death of a president. It was a loss of innocence, a shattering of the American dream. And until the truth is revealed, the shadow of doubt will continue to hang over one of the darkest days in American history. What do you believe?